Welcome to the Bronx Edulution. This is season 4, and we hope that you enjoy all that we have coming your way. My name is Tabatha, a student from New Direction Secondary School in the Bronx. In this episode, we'll be talking about some of the things that you can expect in the new school year and how you can prepare yourself. It's important that we have this conversation about this. And what's a better way to discuss this than a theme segment triangle talk? I'm joined by
Saleem.
And we're going to start off with talking about the necessary tools to start off your school year, such as school supplies. So, what's your experience on school supplies, Saleem?
Well, my experience personally is before school starts, when summer's about to end, I usually have my mom take me to a place like, Staples, and I just buy all the essentials you need, notebooks, pencils, pens, stuff like that.
I could relate to all that.
And in some schools, right, you'll have teachers that send your parents a syllabus, like for each of your classes, basically.
Never heard of that before. What is it?
Never heard of it? Well, basically, it's just like a little document for your parents to look at. It has all the requirements that you might need for your school and what to expect coming in for each of your classes, right? So for earth science or any science class, basically, it'll just talk about what they're going to go through. And then at the bottom somewhere, it'll list all the school supplies that you'll need for it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I have seen stuff like that before.
Really?
Yeah, like a couple. It's usually my mom tells me about it. And usually how I get my school supplies, besides like going to like a Staples or a dollar store, I usually go to like the school community or like community fairs, and they be selling out school supplies for free. And then sometimes they even sell like bags and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of those in, some neighborhoods where maybe buying supplies is just not affordable to many.
Yeah.
They'll do these giveaways. They're very nice, honestly. I've never had to use them before, but
And it's also a good way to like save up money and all that other stuff.
In elementary school, they really do provide you with all the essentials that you need. You won't need much, but once you get to middle school, it's a lot less hand-holding. You have to get it yourself.
Yeah, because like I'm guessing they're just like, oh, to help you start off a little bit more simpler, I'm gonna just give you like crayons, highlighters, the pencils, and all that stuff, the pens. But honestly, sometimes I don't even know what to do with all of it.
Yeah, especially crayons. Sometimes, most of the times, I just end up losing it.
Yeah, but like a good way, I think you could start off is by probably using it to like color code your notes for like different subjects, or like using folders to color code your subjects.
Color coding.
Yeah.
So, do you have a specific theme? Like, what color would you what color would you align math with?
Well, my personal opinion is blue.
Blue.
So what I will do is probably take like a blue folder, a blue notebook, all my notes in there, like the headings and stuff like that will be blue, and I'll probably write it down, take notes and all that stuff. Same with English. English I associate with green, so all that would also be in green, or any other color that the student might want to give.
For me, it's the opposite. I associate math with red because it's so hard for me. And
Really?
And science with green because chemicals and whatnot.
Yeah.
You ever thought about that?
Yeah, I thought about that. Yeah, I think that's how when I was in elementary school they coded it green too.
I also associate ELA with blue because it's my favorite color, and I also think it's really easy.
But what about social studies? I think social studies would be like yellow, since it's about like history and stuff like that.
Social studies, I don't really have a color in mind for it. I guess I would just put white.
White?
Yeah, I don't have a notebook for social studies. I usually just use one of my I use notebooks that I already have for social studies because in my classes it's pretty rare.
Yeah, I mean, if you based off your last school year, if you still have school supplies that you haven't used, you can always just use that or reuse it.
Yeah, because throwing away, it's a waste. You don't want to waste anything that you have, really.
Yeah. So I think those are a lot of good tips and stuff like that to use for like the new school year and all that stuff like that.
Yeah, and also, a lot of the times you might lose your pencils and whatnot, throughout the school year. There might be when a new term starts or a new semester or whatnot, you have to refresh on all your stuff.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a notebook that's full or you run out of pencils, you want to keep asking the teacher for new ones because they hate it when I do that.
Yeah,
And I
you
have
can
to do
see
it
it
a
in their
lot.
expression.
A new semester is starting for high schoolers, so I'm gonna have to, refresh on all my stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's all we could possibly like talk about.
Really?
I mean, I'm trying to think for other stuff. Oh, also sharpeners and stuff like that.
Sharpeners, right? They're messy. They're
Yeah.
messy. That's why nowadays we use mechanical pencils because sharpeners they leave a lot of like the wood pieces all over the table, and you look at the garbage bag. Everyone's using a sharpener. This was like before mechanical pencils were like
Okay.
hugely popular.
Yeah.
So that's it used to be really messy before we had.
Okay. We got more discussion heading your way, and we'll be right back after this.
We're gonna start the show right now. This is my favorite part. Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, this is Angel, and I am one of the instructors for the in-studio production. Here at BronxNet, we offer classes that can help you elevate, expand, and start your television career. All you have to do is sign up at bronxnet.org/education. For the past 7 years, I have been in various productions, spanning from talk shows, independent films, news reports, art displays, teachings, musical performances, and many more. Ain't that right, Angel? Yeah, you're absolutely right, Angel. There are a lot of creative individuals that we're just waiting to sign up for the class. And if I may, can I also express thank you, Angel. That's all the time we have left. Visit bronxnet.org/education and become a producer by taking the course. The class I offer is also in English, en español y también bilingüe. Nos vemos en la próxima clase.
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I feel that I'm not getting the attention that I need, and it's a lot built up in my chest. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at soundidouttogether.org.
Thank you for sticking with us. We're going to bring it back to the Triangle Talk. This time we're going to talk about the importance of academics.
So, do you have any study tactics that you like to use before a test?
So, I don't know about anybody else, but I absolutely hate studying.
Right.
You don't really know where to start from, and especially if you're overwhelmed about like where to start from how to study. I usually relook at the notes I take in class, and probably like test myself a little bit with a friend to make it seem more like interesting. And especially if you have a friend who's older than you, they could give you advice to prepare yourself for any upcoming quizzes and tests that they probably took when they was in your grade.
Do you ever use flashcards?
Flashcards, actually not. I don't really know how to like, have you?
Well, I have for classes such as Spanish, where I have to memorize certain words. In Spanish, we each have different themes we talk about, right? And when we have different themes, we go through a vocabulary, and we need to remember each of the words in the vocabulary. So I remember each word, and usually it shows up on the test. Sometimes the teachers will prepare you for the test that you're taking.
Yeah, and I love it when they do that because it's best to understand what you're about to go through by the person who taught you. So when they do like reviews, you should always be there. And speaking of be there, I heard being late or absent could really affect the fact of your grades and reasons why you probably got like C's and not some A's.
Yeah, especially later on. In elementary school, they're a little light on you. It's a little tap on the wrist. But
Yeah.
in middle school, they really want you to be in class on time. It stays on your record.
It
It's
really
not
does.
good.
It's not. I remember when I was in middle school, I will always get detention, and not just because I was bad or I failed or stuff like that. It was just because I was late. And then I had to really reflect on myself about that and realize this is really affecting me.
Well, I was always close to my school, so I was never late. And if I was late, I'm pretty sure my parents would be mad at me because I had no excuse.
Yeah. I get that. So it's always important that you should be on time.
On time and also checking your grades. In middle school, grades are more important than they are in elementary school.
Yeah.
If you keep track of your grades, like just keeping track of your grades, that's not something that a lot of people in earlier grades do. So if you keep track of your grades, there's a higher chance that you'll perform better because you know what you need to specialize on. For me, I always check my grades, and sometimes I'll see that I'm struggling in math.
Yeah.
So when I get home, I make sure to, maybe I'll watch a couple of videos just so I can make sure I'm not behind the class. Because that's also what I do sometimes when I don't understand a lesson. I always, go back and study it a little bit more.
Speaking of grades, another thing that affects your grades could be homework.
Right. Homework. Right. Homework.
I don't like homework at all either.
Yes. Teachers are. I don't know why they give out homework, like so much homework. They give out, sometimes they'll give out packets of homeworks over breaks.
Yes.
That's cool.
I used to think they don't even care about us. Like, it's like you got other classes, and that's how you had to like organize your stuff like that.
The thing about homework is, the reason why they give it out is because so when you're at home, it can kind of just stick.
Yeah.
The lesson, it sticks. When you get back and they do like a do now, do they do do nows in your class?
Yeah, yes, they do.
Oh, do nows, yeah. When they do a do now, the whole point of the do now is to make sure that you got what you learned from taking the homework, right?
Okay. Yeah. Another thing is behavior. That could also really affect your academics, because if you're misbehaving, that could go in your record. They could put, oh, this kid doesn't listen to you well enough, or they get sidetracked really easy. It's always good to stay focused and know when's the time and place to do certain things.
I think when it comes to behavior, they don't put it on. The schools I've been to, they don't put it on your record per se. It just affects you personally.
Yeah. I mean, but it could also, depending on like the school you are.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, depending on the school, you could probably be there for like 3 years, and then the next grade you move to in middle school or elementary school, they can know that, oh, this kid's not a good listener.
Yeah.
You always got to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened to me when I was in second grade. I wasn't a good kid in second grade. And in third grade, I feel like the teacher was a little bit ready for me,
Yeah, so always got to make sure of that. We're going to continue our discussion after this break.
What's up, creative family? Discover your voice with BronxNet Community Media classes. Are you ready to bring your ideas to life? At BronxNet, we offer television production classes for community members ages 18 and over, empowering you to share your vision with the world. Get certified in field production, in-studio production, and our new exciting addition, podcast production. Once certified, you can create your own show to air on one of our 6 TV channels. It all starts with our free Unleash Your Ideas Masterclass, designed to help you plan your show idea and set you up for success on your production journey. This class is offered at the beginning of each month for your convenience. Our dedicated BronxNet team is here to support, encourage, and uplift you every step of the way. Join us and become a part of the creative force that engages and inspires the Bronx community and beyond. Sign up today and start your media journey with BronxNet. Visit bronxnet.org/education to learn more and register. Let's create something amazing together.
These walls and windows hold me tight. The warm embrace we all call home. This little street is a land of liberty of its own, where I always have a place to go. I'm free to call this place my own. We all deserve a place to call home.
That's an American dream.
Only 57% of New York City high school students are college ready by their senior year. "55% of high school graduates either have no plans to attend college or are uncertain that they will ever attend. "34% of young adults don't go to college because they can't afford it. Discover what's possible. BronxNet's education programs, internships, and opportunities help engage and inspire Bronx youth and beyond to pursue their passions. Be a part of the BronxNet family. Whether you're interested in our shows, joining a class, or donating to support our mission, visit bronxnet.org to learn more.
Welcome back. We are continuing our triangle talk, and now we'll be discussing the relationships between students and teachers. So, I think a good start is to always be kind to your teacher, because
Right.
they go...
First impressions matter.
Yes, first impressions do matter, and they go through a lot.
They do.
They have to plan your lesson for tomorrow, grade your stuff, yada, yada, yada. So the best they even deserve throughout the whole day is your utmost respect.
Utmost respect, right. Never say their first name. They get really mad when you do that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. My teachers, they always get mad when I say their first name. They give me this weird look, like I did something wrong.
Like side-eyeing you.
Yeah. Start of every new school year, what I like to do is I like to form a little group, and I stick with that group the whole year.
Because, I mean, it's best to start off from somewhere. Usually when I start a school year, I always find one person
Right.
to start off, and then I just kind of like...
You go on from there, like
yeah,
you grow
go on from
You
there.
grow your little community, yeah. Whenever I start a new friend group, I'm always the leader because I'm the oldest.
I'm always the youngest in my group.
You're always the youngest?
Yeah, always,
Wow.
always the youngest. Actually, in my friend group now, I'm the youngest. So,
Yeah.
oh,
You wanna
another
go?
thing to do to make friends is just to always be kind.
Right. That's important.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to be a bully because bullies, they don't really get friends.
Yeah, that's why they bully people.
That's why they bully people. You were saying something?
Yeah. Relationship with teachers, right? So your relationship with your teacher, if you're closer to your teacher, I find like the teachers that I have best relationship with, I always excel in that class. Like in ELA, I'm close to my teachers in ELA. I've always been close to my teachers in ELA because it was always my favorite topic.
Yeah, that seems to happen a lot. The class that you successful in the most, you end up being like your favorite teacher or the teacher you talk about the most. It's always good to talk to teachers that you don't even have classes with either.
Really?
Yeah, because what if you get that teacher next year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or like always keep up with teachers to like probably want to know and probably like them a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's also a good idea.
Yeah, they can also help you out a little bit with your classes. Like, they can give you advice.
Yes.
My ELA teacher, one thing she likes to do is after I'm done writing a little essay, she'll tell me what I did right, she'll tell me what I did wrong, she'll go over it.
Yeah, and it's always good to get that feedback from your teachers.
After school, we can sometimes go over our grows and glows,
Yeah.
You ever do that in class?
I do that sometimes. It's been a while, but I do that. It's also really important to do that. It's also another thing that you should do when you get a good relationship with teachers is there's always a good teacher to look forward to when you have like a problem. And I'm not just talking about like problems in academics or like I don't know what to do, I don't know how to study, yada yada. Like problems even outside of home, like outside of school, like in your house and stuff like that. Like kind of like a personal therapist in a way.
I've never done that, but maybe I'll think about it one time.
I know it's probably might be hard for some students to talk to their teachers like that, especially because they don't want to know everything, or like you don't want them to know everything about your personal life, but like probably just like the little small things.
Yeah, some teachers, they open up a lot. I've had many teachers at the start of the school year, they do like a little presentation on their whiteboard. They'll go over their personal lives, they show off their pets, an image, they show off, if they're old enough, maybe they'll have kids that they'd like to show off to you.
Yeah, I love like, oh my god, you said pets and you made me remember like
Did you have class pets?
Yeah.
Yeah. Were they like for the class or were they just your teacher's pet that you would bring to school?
No, it was like the class pet.
Well, for me, it was just my teacher's pet, My third grade teacher, she rescued this parrot, right? I think there was like a parrot, like a little bird outside elementary school. It was probably like an escape bird or something.
Yeah.
My teacher, she took the bird in the class. She tried for months to get in contact with the original owner. She had no luck. So she just figured to take it in. And that was just her bird she had. She would always have her on her lap and she would bring like a little towel so, no
or
accidents.
when they pick a animal for the class by like talking to your teacher, like, oh, can we have a bunny or can we have this or that? It's also like a good thing to do to like watch this because teachers probably like put some ideas that they might be interested in.
Honestly, I don't think my teachers trust me enough to.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they don't trust our class enough to have class pets. They probably did that more back in the day, but not anymore. It's usually just a personal pet that the teacher has.
Yeah, I mean that's who's mainly taking care of the pet anyway, right?
Right.
So yeah, and more about friends. Something that could discuss about friends is gossip.
Gossip.
Yeah, that's not good.
I feel like that's more your area of expertise.
And usually gossip starts because you're talking about somebody behind somebody's back, which is not good. It's not good. So you should always be, like I said earlier, nice, kind, not talk disrespectful, all of that. I feel like those simple key points, or just like be yourself, could really get you by and through the school year, all that stuff. Thank you for listening and tuning into our Triangle Talk in this wonderful episode of Bronx Edulution. We hope that you enjoy all that you will see in this season. Take care.